What's up, Canuck fans? Welcome to the Line Change, a Vancouver Canucks podcast, a proud presentation of DraftKings Sportsbook, as well as a proud member of the Hockey Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the network for your favorite podcast covering your favorite team at the hockeypodcastnetwork.com, the home of hockey podcasts, every team, everywhere. Guys, it's Kiefer Sherwood Trade Watch time. The trade watch, when it comes to Kiefer Sherwood, is in full effect now. I know we've been trying to trade this guy for weeks now, and nothing has happened, but according to Rick Dhaliwal, things are heating up on the Sherwood trade front, and that the Canucks and Sherwood's camp are working out a trade despite his injury. Heck, by the time I upload this video, a trade very well could have already gone through. As remember, Sherwood isn't playing, and he's out with an injury, which, by the way, is not a factor in him being traded. It's not going to prevent him from being traded. Teams aren't going to look at his injury and be like, oh, we're not going to trade for him because he's injured. So let's go ahead and dive into this article that talks about it, and then we'll discuss it afterwards. So let me bring that up. According to reports on Friday, technically yesterday, as it is Saturday morning, the Vancouver Canucks and Kiefer Sherwood's camp are working together to help expedite a trade despite his recent injury. Donnie and Dolly's Rick Dhaliwal provided an update on Sherwood on Friday's segment. Sherwood is one player everyone expects to get moved. Don't be surprised if something happens sooner than later. I believe Sherwood's representatives and the Canucks are working together to get this done. Canucks want to move him. I would expect they try to make a deal. Maybe that means not necessarily getting a first-round pick. You can ask for anything you want. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. Canucks need to be realistic on the return for Sherwood. Sure, they would love a first-rounder, but playoff-bound teams are waiting to use their first-rounders on guys like Nazem Kadri, Artemi Panarin, Connor Murphy, Pavel Zacha, Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, Braden Shen, and Rasmus Anderson. There's a lot of guys ahead of Sherwood in terms of teams willing to move a first-round pick for. They should still get a very good return. I can see a deal like Seattle got for Marchment, a second and a fourth. I was told to keep an eye on San Jose for Sherwood. They got picks, they got the prospects, they got the cap space to get a deal done, and maybe an extension as well. San Jose's got multiple first and second round picks this year. San Jose's in a playoff spot right now. What better way to reward that group than adding a player like Sherwood? I'm not saying Sherwood and San Jose's done. I'm saying keep an eye on the Sharks. I think they're a team that would like to swing for the fences and get him. Sherwood, 30, is having a career year with 17 goals and 23 points through 44 games this season, despite missing the previous 3 games with what Dhaliwal mentioned is an upper body injury. Sherwood still leads the Canucks in goals and has a 40-hit cushion on New York Rangers' Will Cooley for second in hits across the entire NHL. The Sharks currently hold the final wildcard spot with 51 points. They're 2 points up on division rival Los Angeles Kings and are tied with Seattle Kraken for third in the Pacific Division. Led by Vancouver native Macklin Celebrini, the Sharks have started to turn the corner out of their rebuild. They're now reportedly looking to add an impactful winger like Sherwood to help them compete to make the playoffs for the first time since their conference finals loss to the St. Louis Blues in 2019. Now that we've read that and the mention of the San Jose Sharks being a team to watch, yes, they have a ton of prospects. After all, as we mentioned, they've been rebuilding, and they've been doing so through the draft, and much like what we are hoping to do over the next few years. But San Jose has been doing it longer, so they have lots of young talent within their developmental system. Now, one name in particular I have heard thrown out when it comes to Kiefer Sherwood. And this was just me, browsing through X, as believe it or not, while I was at work, I was, constantly refreshing X, Twitter to see if a trade would drop because I saw, obviously Dolly's segment. And now, as I mentioned, there's one name in particular that I've heard. This is someone the Canucks could get from the Sharks, along with what would appear to maybe be a second-round pick on top of that. Like, he could be the prospect that they would get in return, and then they would get possibly a second-round pick. as it looks as though the Canucks have now realized that they're just not going to get a first-round pick because that's been their price and they haven't budged on it. But teams aren't offering them first-round picks. So, and that's why Sherwood hasn't been traded yet, because teams aren't willing to pay a first-round pick for what could be potentially a rental unless there is a extension, basically locked into it. And then getting a first-round pick on top of a prospect as well is an even higher price to ask for. But how about this? What if the said prospect that they get in return for Sherwood was a first-round pick? Would you consider that a win? Now, speaking of said prospect, and the one who I think people need to take a look at is Philip Bystead. I'm not sure if I mispronounced that, so if I did, I apologize. We've got his bio and his stats here, and I'm going to bring them up right now. As you guys, this is the name that I heard thrown out when it comes to the San Jose Sharks. This kid. I know you can't really see that, but Philip Bystead. And you also can't really see because it's so small. Sorry, I can't make it any larger. But he has 4 points in his last 5 games with the San Jose Barracuda and 8 points in his last 10 games. That's pretty good. So he's got a goal and 3 assists in his last 5 and 4 goals and 4 assists in his last 10. That's pretty good. I know it's AHL numbers, but still, that's pretty good. Get this, guys. He's 21 years old, so he's got lots of potential. Here's the kicker, though. He's Swedish. He's another Swede, and us Canucks, we love our Swedes. Almost a little too much. But, hey, just look at this kid's numbers in the last 5 and last 10 games. And yeah, he's Swedish. But like I said, he's 21 years old. He fits the Canucks' rebuild that they are now officially in. He fits it. Now, before we continue and discuss more and show you his stats and, profile and whatnot, let's do my mid-show sponsor read. I'd like to start off by thanking my main and primary sponsor, none other than DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NHL. Never experienced the jaw-dropping moments that make hockey? Well, you can experience them all with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN, that's code THPN, to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-9777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through per wager may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. Copyright NHL 2025. All rights reserved. Thank my secondary sponsor, none other than Gassy Jack Art, maker of this amazing artwork you see right here in front of you and you always see behind my shoulder. You guys can check them out yourselves at GassyJackArt.com. All right, let's get back to Philip Bystead and let you know just who this kid is. So let's bring up the second part of his bio. As I mentioned, he is Swedish. I can't even pronounce his place of birth, but he's from Sweden. 21 years old. He is a center / left winger. He's 6'2", so he's a big boy. 187 pounds, or at least he's a big boy to me because, I'm under 6 feet tall. So anyone who's, over my height to me is a big boy. He's 187 pounds, shoots left, His player type is a heavy shooter, a playmaker, and he's a two-way center. Drafted in the 2022 draft, first round, 27th overall by the San Jose Sharks. He has a long, powerful stride and can pick up speed fast. He can use his skating as a weapon, and it helps him to move up the ice with the puck. He is a strong puck transporter. He has a quick release with his shot. While skating forward, he likes to take the puck to the net and is good at doing so. That is from the Elite Prospects 2022 NHL Draft Guide. This kid, as you can see, and honestly, after seeing his profile, we'll get into his stats in just a second here, but just by looking at his profile, I'm all for this move. Like I said, he's a former first-round pick, 27th overall. He's young, 21 years old, and he's putting up these points in the AHL, at least in his last 5 and 10 games. I mentioned, him being big at 6'2", 187 pounds. But let's take a look at his stats real quick. These are obviously his, younger, dating back to 2017, 2018, and playing in Sweden. We won't get into all of it, but we'll go down to his most recent SHL season, where he had 17 points in 47 games. I know that doesn't leap out at people, but if we take a look at his more recent stats, he played in the World Juniors in, I believe that was 23-24, where he had 4 points in 7 games, 3 goals and 1 assist. Played in the International Juniors, where he had 14 points in 15 games. In the U20s, 9 goals, 5 assists. His first, I believe this was his first official season with the San Jose Barracuda in the AHL, where he had 31 points in 50 games, 12 goals, 19 assists. And then this current season, he's got 28 points in 33 games, 10 goals, 18 assists, and he's projected to finish with 59 points, 21 goals, 38 assists in 70 games played. So just looking at this kid's stats, this kid looks promising, and he looks really good. And I have to ask Canuck fans, doesn't this guy scream Petey Winger to you? I mean, he's Swedish. He's a playmaker. He can bring the puck up, up/down the ice. Sure, he's a center/winger, so he can play up the middle and on the wing. Now, don't get too ahead of myself, as he's only 21 years old and likely needs some more development. I don't think you can really, trade for this kid and just plug him into, the NHL right away. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt to try him out, considering where the Canucks are if they were to get Bystad. But imagine this guy in Abbotsford going on, finding out that the Canucks are officially out of it. They send a bunch of guys down. I believe Russell actually mentioned this on Canucks Uncensored last night, that imagine if you sent down guys like Ogren, Mancini, I believe Verlander, and a bunch of these guys down to Abbotsford once the Canucks are officially, mathematically eliminated. Get them playing in Abbey, and maybe the Abbotsford Canucks can repeat as Calder Cup champions. I know Abbotsford hasn't had that great of a season, but hey, they had a poor start to the season last year, and they still went all the way and won the Calder Cup. So as soon as I saw this kid's name thrown out there and looked him up, looked at his stats before, recording this video, I was completely in. Sign me up for this. Let's get it done. Sharks have loads more prospects, yes, but this was the first name that, as I said, that was thrown out there, and immediately I was like, I saw it and I was all for it. I am all for this Bystad kid. I know it's another fill-up, but who cares at this point? You got Philip Hronek, you got Filipino, throw in a Philip Bystad as well. The Sharks aren't going to give up someone like a Will Smith or a Celebrini or an Eklund, but hey, Bystad could be the next one of those guys. And if that's what we get in return for Sherwood, since teams aren't going to give up a bona fide first-round pick for him, I say take it at this point. If this is the offer from the Sharks, Bystad and like a second-round pick, take it. Even if, the Canucks really want, they want a first-round pick, you're technically getting a first-round pick with Bystad. He is a former first-rounder, so you're technically getting what you want and a prospect, plus you're getting potentially a second-round pick as well. Just freaking take it. Honestly, I would do this deal in a heartbeat. If this was like NHL 26 or something like that, I would do this deal in a heartbeat. And if you don't, you risk losing Sherwood in the offseason for nothing. And of course, Canuck fans are going to be pissed because you didn't trade Sherwood when you could have and gotten some assets back in return. So as was mentioned, we are full on in trade watch mode. Like I mentioned earlier, I was literally refreshing my Twitter/X feed while I was at work, technically yesterday, as I'm recording this very early Saturday morning. It's like a little after 2 o'clock in the morning when I should be in bed, actually, as I have to be at work in less than 8 hours. But I wanted to get this video up for you guys because this is, big news. It's content. And hey, like I said, we're in full-on Kiefer Sherwood trade watch mode. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And do you guys like this Philip Bystad kid? And would you be okay with another Swede being part of the future of the Canucks to go along with the likes of EP40, Lekaramäki, Ogren, Lander, Hoglander, EP25, Elias Pettersson, and whatnot? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. And don't forget, just keep tanking, just keep tanking. What do? We tank. And of course, as always, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. Just a casual reminder, our merchandise store is available. We are currently selling our 1-year anniversary collection. Of course, we are rapidly approaching our 1-year anniversary of being a podcast. So go ahead and check out this 1-year anniversary collection, which is now available, as I mentioned, complete with a redesigned logo in usual Canucks blue and green, as well as our skate version of the logo. I absolutely love how the black hoodie looks with the logo both on the chest, along the side there, and on the back. Looks absolutely phenomenal. So go ahead, check it out, thelinechangepodcast.threadless.com. And if you want to have conversations and discussions such as like this one, like trade watches and stuff like that, go ahead and join our official Discord. There is a link in the description down below. It is completely free to join. And also find us on social media and interact with us as well. We're everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, even Blue Sky. Go ahead, check us out, and feel free to give us a follow as well on all social media platforms. Speaking of platforms, if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us on either platform. It's of course greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the podcast. You know what else helps out the podcast? If you have a favorite episode that you absolutely loved so much and want to watch over and over again, feel free to download any of your favorite episodes. That also greatly helps out the podcast and is obviously, of course, greatly appreciated as well. So once again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I meant to say this now. You can tell I'm tired, that I'm, repeating myself, and I'm kind of out of sorts and out of order when it comes to my, lines and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Catch you guys in the next video. And don't forget, as I mentioned, just keep tanking, just keep tanking. What do? We tank.